Warrior Huntsman side by side with Big Ben. Sorry for people that are going to inevitably miss this bit, but once you get it back online and you get back on the link, of course you will be able to see this bit from the start of when we were recording again. I'm so sorry that it's turned off, and hopefully we'll get everyone back in sooner rather than later, but we will continue as Warrior Huntsman and Big Ben are having a little bit of a tussle higher up in the field. They go around on turn 6, just hit turn 6, the inside of turn 6 there, and into turn 7 and 8, the slippy 7 and 8, which everybody has taken rather nicely and rather comfortably, and that flat out turn that we were just talking about. We have a comment in here now. Hopefully people start returning to the stream sooner rather than later. As we see, Big Ben goes into the back of Kogataz. Did it affect him? I don't think it did, but he needs to be careful. We're just going to have a little look at the rear view, seeing Warrior Huntsman take the inside line. He's going to get a better outcome, a lift off from that, but he's not going to quite get the pace to get on his inside, and we have to see a little bit of a train. Warrior Huntsman, Sprunky, Lynx, Aviate, and whoever is following him, Kierant in P7, as we're on board with Big Ben, who dives in the pits. He knows that the soft tire isn't going to get him to the end of the race, and he is going to... Oh, it said he was on softs, all of a sudden he's on mediums going into the pits. I'm confused, but there's nothing new there. So, Dart Roland, he is on 10 laps of mediums. He's got penalties. Let's just have a little look at what the damage is on the penalties. 5 seconds for him. Kogataz and Warrior Huntsman, incidentally, don't have any. Sprunky with 3 seconds. Lynx Aviate on 6. He must have got a couple in quick succession, Lynx, because I looked at one point and he didn't have any. So Kieran has also got 3. Murphy has, after that horrendous start, let's be honest, the safety cars have done him a lovely opportunity to get himself back in contention for some points today. He's only seeing 3 seconds of penalties, and he's on the medium tyres now with 5 in. He'll get 14 laps of optimal tyre wear out of them, which will be enough to get him to the end of the race as long as he starts to nurse. But we know, of course, he can have a bit of a wobble, can Murph? I don't want to say that live on stream, sorry mate. But he's going downhill. We're going to stay on board with him just a second. That massive braking point down into the 10th turn into sector 3. Who am I looking? Go on.
Kieran right now, they're approaching the long straight. Kieran is so close to Aviate.
Lynx Aviate, yes he is.
Lynx.
Yeah.
Let's do it very easy. He's activating DRS and ERS, trying to get a bit closer and staying in the slipstream as well, but he won't be able to make it all the way to turn 1. Good defending here for the beginning, but Kieran is still behind, still can save a bit of ERS and has the faster compound tire, but the question is for how long? How long are these soft tires going to last?
That is the question, and as we saw that, Assault King managed to get past Murphy, but of course Assault King has just said has left the session, but he is on softs, so he's naturally just gone past Murphy, but Murphy will, of course, if he doesn't come back in the session, will have that spot anyway. But Murphy's took the inside line and he gets past, albeit that he's racing AI currently. McConey gets a 3-second penalty again. He is on the hard, so obviously he won't have the same grip as he did in the first place. He's opened his ERS and he's trying to get up towards the gearbox of Tomo Tip Top, as we see Lynx and Kieran go side by side. Looks like Lynx might have made a mistake there. He seemed to come right in awfully wide on that turn in sector 3.
Side by side, yes.
Were they? And he is on the
yes.
He's on the hard compounds, of course. Kieran on the soft. You would expect Kieran to have a bit more pace. Did he? Ooh, a little bit of a corner cut there. It did look a corner cut, but we're on board, and maybe he just wanted to keep the pace because, of course, he will have DRS and every chance to get right up alongside him going into the next turn. Are we going to be clever? Let's have a little look side by side.
Kieran is defending, going side by side.
Ooh.
Even
and Kieran's managed to hold on. Well done, Kieran.
Wow, well defended. But fair battle as well here from Lynx. That was a very, very cheeky squeeze around the outside for turn number 1 here. Very, very good move there, but
Assault
well
King
defended from Kieran again.
Assault King has joined. So just turning everything off the screen for a little while just so we can see this Formula 1 2020 in its purest view. We're on board with the Williams currently of McConey.
Frank is making a move from Huntsman P3.
Oh, I can't see anything. Sprunky P3, I will jump on board with Sprunky. He's on the hards. So you would imagine Kieran would be getting close to them. It's not even them two that we're on about. Sorry, Warrior Huntsman is in the AlphaTauri in front of Sprunky. But there's half a second split to them as we lose the time from the left-hand side of the screen once again. And I apologise for that. There has been a couple of issues with hosting tonight, and that's not something I normally have to worry about.
Yes.
But there has been the odd little bit of a connection problem here and there, and I apologise to those who it's happened to. Can we see if people have come back in the stream? Are people back in the stream?
We have 9 people now. Yes, we have.
Thanks, media guy. He is Shiny confirms we have 9 back, and welcome everybody. And thank you so much for joining us back. We certainly didn't want you to miss what has been honestly an absolutely superb race so far, and it's all still to play for with 12 laps left. Oh, sorry, the microphone's right in my face, so I know that that's going to be coming out as a scream. I'll try and replace it. Sorry. So, 2.8 mile it is per lap around Spain. 33 laps, as you can see in the top left there, in total. We got debriefed or briefed on some of the track history by Stan Schlag earlier on in the stream. That was a pleasure to listen to, and hopefully if we get you on from now on, we would love to hear a little bit about each track in the opening sequence and during the qualifying. It's always nice to hear a little bit about the history of where these cars are trying to put their times down around. So Van Gogh Verden, he is in P10. I have not even noticed that underneath my nose. He's in P10. He's on 8 laps of soft, so he's going to have to come in though.
Yellow flag, and it's who's that?
It's a racing point.
No, it's Harvey. Harvey's out.
It's not Murphy, but it is Harvey, and he has disintegrated the car going into the fast section, the turn 5. That isn't a fast section, that's a slow turn left, but it goes into one hell of a fast section. Fast section in turn 6, 7, 8, 9 is flat out, 10 braking as hard as possible. Murphy comes into the pits, and is Van Gogh Verden going to pit now? I think he probably will. He has not, because he's on hards. What am I talking about? I apologise. So he's in a fantastic position. It didn't say he was on hards a second ago. I'm sure that's just updated.
If we follow the leader right now, it's going to be very, very interesting to see if Boris Huntsman is what I'm expecting. He's going to pit. He's on a 9 laps old soft tires here. That might have been...
Yeah.
Well, he might come back into what's this, P7?
Yeah. If we remember, cast our minds back. Warrior Huntsman, of course, had just popped those softs on just as the safety car came out, and he had a massive decision to make. He could either dive straight back in, get the hards on mediums, whatever he saw fit. It was probably the hards, and get himself back. Up to speed and try and just see out the race, or he had to stay on the softs, and he opted for the softs. Thought he could get some time ahead of his fellow drivers, and he does do the inevitable now of 9 laps of softs. He's done a great job, by the way, nursing them for 9 to get them all the way around, but he has had to dive into pits. Hopefully it doesn't cost him too much time and he can get back out with 10 laps still to go and do some damage and get himself back up in them points. Van Gogh Verden looking for his first points ever in the CRA. I think I'm right with that. I don't know if I am, but I keep saying it week on week, and I'm pretty sure I've not seen him inside that 10 since I've said it, and I will be absolutely made up for the boy, but he is going to have his work cut out because Kieran, of course, is behind him. He is on mediums and fresh ones at that. Piero has dived into the pits. He was on 7 laps of hards.
Perfect position now.
So don't know why. He's putting the mediums on. Obviously wants a bit more pace under the safety car. He might benefit a little bit. Oh, it's a safety car. Sorry. I thought it was virtual. I didn't realise it was a safety car entirely. Sorry. I promise I haven't been drinking. But this has just happened. So, Sprunky.
To be fair, it has been a bit confusing here, even from our side with all the weird bugs which are going on. It was a bit confusing here. But also, just to mention, at the moment, the fastest lap goes to Assault King on a 16.4. Not too sure if that's actually right, because the next fastest lap time is a 19.3. 19.2, my mistake. So, well,
yeah, it could have been. It could have been. It could have been set on worn tyres, and he's just come out on fresh just before the safety car and put it down. Lower fuel, more track acclimatisation. I mean, it seems like a big jump, doesn't it? But it's some lapping,
seems so,
it?
Definitely promising. But I think the Nathan Duwell, they will be able to rate this time a little bit better than us. Than me at least.
Yeah, oh, definitely not me. Definitely not me. I know. I'm probably the fastest at CRL on paper. I just don't perform very well week on week. I try to say it without giggling. I am the caliber just above awful in the CRL in Tier 2. No, I'm not too bad on my day, but the races of recent certainly haven't been treating me very nicely, and my points tally for the season isn't special. I'll put it like that and save myself the embarrassment. So we're waiting for everybody to come back in from the safety car. The yellow flag is still out. We're on lap 24, so the laps are closing in. Sprunky, Lynx, Warrior, Kogataz, Dat Roland, Van Gogh Verden, Kierant, Marconi, Big Ben. Why is Assault King making his way down? As he just... Assault King on those fresh mediums might have just lost it a little bit and lost a few places under safety car, and I don't know whether or not he'll be able to take them back, or it'll allow him or not, or if he just has to sit in there. It looks like he's sitting in there. Not ideal for him. Does anybody know what DT is? What's a DT? Oh, drive-through. DT must be drive-through for Piero. Does that mean has he taken it? Has he not?
He still has to take the drive-through, no? Because McConaughey did have DT as well before, and he has only 3 seconds now. Well,
that's tragic.
Very own.
That is tragic.
But
the safety car's not fast at all. Yeah, everyone's just bunching up. Of course, on the safety cars, everybody wants to get nice and as close as they can before they all set back off. Is it coming in this lap? Yes, it is coming in this lap. So that is why they've started to bunch up. Sprunky well within his rights to bunch the cars up, but... like anything, that butterfly effect or domino effect, but there's a harsh break up top with, everybody's probably drove, along the A1 and experienced this, where there's been a little bit of a road block or something like that, and everyone has to come to a very quick halt when there's a lot of traffic, but they are back away and then a perfect line. Sprunky, Lynx, Warrior and Kogataz all in the opening straight, weaving around a little bit. 2 little movements from Sprunky. Was that alright? Just about, I think. I think he had enough clearance in front of Lynx to not affect his turning too much, but we shall see. Wow, what a turn! Warrior Huntsman makes an absolute worldie of a pass on Lynx in second. He has got the softs. Oh my word, that was unreal. Warrior. His toe to the ground. Yeah, absolutely perfect. He can smell blood as he also sees the hards of Sprunky in front of him, and I don't think it's going to take him long, if I'm being honest, for him to get himself up and past Sprunky. But what a turn, Warrior. That was special. He's just got the cornering ever so slightly, maybe. I don't know if you're going to warn him for that. We never do know. But hopefully he won't. That won't cost him later on. But wow. Someone else has just moved past as well. There's all sorts going on.
Roland just overtaken Kieran because Kieran is using too much ERS. It's a cross. He can't use any more ERS for this entire lap. He's just giving up so many positions. This is all down to ERS management. Very, very unfortunate for... wait, it's Kieran. No, sorry, that was Kogutas. That was my bad. Kogutas used a little bit too much electro engine and is losing positions here. But Warrior's Huntsman on a good start. He is on a 2 laps fresh, soft tires. Down to your experience from your training, what do you think? Are they gonna last?
Soft.
Or is Sprunky and Lynx having a better option here? Yes.
Well, I would say at this point in the race, what have we got? Seven left. 7 laps fresh softs will get you no problem whatsoever. We've just seen Warrior go on 9 laps of fresh softs, so I have no doubt really that you could get 9 comfortably, even more. But obviously you're going to start to lose time. So yeah,
but Corbin went off again. Sorry for interrupting you.
Sorry.
He went to the gravel.
Van Gogh Verden down him. No, Van Gogh Verden. What have you done? You're killing me, boy. He is dropped into 14th. I will honestly host a street party when the boy gets himself up that grid and into the points. He's got the hards on, so obviously he's going to not be able to carry the same pace. Arnold just on board still with him as he sees him turn into turn 9, it can be taken flat out, but very, very hard to do that in hards. You might just need to feather the throttle in turn number 9. That is the way to get around it and keep optimal speed. Tomo tip-top.
I'm expecting an overtake right now on the long straight. Oh wait, that's even easier. If he goes into the pit, you have the position free of charge there.
Sprunky's gone in the pits. He's dived in on the softs. Was that a wise idea? Those hards would have seen at the end of the race. He's decided to jump back in on the softs with 6 laps to go. I mean, he's getting his wing changed, and that explains that. It is hard work on the hards at the best of times, but even more so when you haven't got the wing that you started the race with. Unfortunate for him. There's been a bit of a change in positions.
Overtook.
He did with CRA Round. What happened there?
He overtook him on the inside. Lynx was just a little bit slower on the old hard tires. Kieran has a good advantage with the medium tires at 5 laps old. I think that's the time where they actually show up the better pace than the hard compound tire. Lynx here under a lot of pressure from all medium runners around him. But Boris Huntsman made up a 2.7 seconds difference now already. Let's have a look at the penalty times very quick. He has a 3 seconds at the moment. He is still on P1. If he finishes on track with the same distance right now, he can claim the victory here. But the question is, will he last, and will his tires last as well?
Yeah, I think Sprunky might have had a bit of a nightmare here. He's jumped in to get these softs on, but in his bid to try and really put his toe down, he has got himself a 3-second penalty. So of course everything that he's going to make up on those softs over the next sort of few laps, he's just really cost himself that in cutting the corner. So unfortunate for him. Hopefully he can still work.
Battle, sorry to interrupt you. Go. In front of Big Ben, Lynx and Dead Roland are going side by side.
I am on board. Oh, is the contact? There's a slight bit of contact.
Oh, that's a squeeze. A little bit too much. They're going side by side.
Dat Roland just goes past him again into turn 7. Well done, Dat man. Dat Roland. He stuck 7 beautifully. Yeah, well, sorry, number 9 beautifully.
Big Ben is attacking now.
Big Ben has his eyes on Lynx. Is he going to go on the inside? He's got the mediums in front of the hards, and I don't even think, in fairness to Lynx, that he even tried to defend that really. Tried to take it wide and avoid touching. Cost himself a bit of time, but fair dues. I think he realises at this point in the race that it's better to finish inside the points, being in 5th position, rather than wrestling it out and potentially putting your car sideways. It's the last thing he wants to do. And he looks like he's still got the pace with those hards, so that's good. Kieran has given himself a 3-second penalty. He is in 2nd position. Warrior Huntsman 16 places up from his starting position today. Warrior Huntsman is the 2nd.
Lynx is attacking again. But Big Ben going the inside on turn number 1, and also Kukutas is batting with Tomo Tip-Top. So much is going on here. I don't know where to look. What to commentate on.
Lynx did get the move done, but Big Ben is going to get the move done back. And does so. Oh, there's contact. He's gone sideways. He's turned in on him, and there is contact. And Big Ben suffers big time as Tomo Tip-Top, Lynx, and Kogataz have all just swanned past him. And that is not good news for him.
I think he should give the position back there onto Big Ben. That was a little bit cheeky from Lynx. It was very wide. I think that's the pressure here from our reserve driver. He makes a very good race so far. And yes, he did give back the position. Very, very fair racing from him. Yeah, I have to say, I am impressed. However, he has a 12 seconds penalty here for his race in Spain. I'm impressed by his pace and by his awareness already here in the academy. But also to mention, Kokotas is the only driver, and well, Melvin, who doesn't have a penalty. So we have a 6 seconds penalty from Kieran on P2 and 3 seconds on P3 with Dead Roland. Let's see if he can still make it, but he just lost position to Tomo Tip-Top here, down to P5 for Kokotas right now in the Alfa Romeo.
Yep, Murphy is on 9 laps. He's only got 3 laps to go on those mediums, and he has Lynx Aviate in front of him, who is on 17 laps of hards. So he has every chance of trying to get that past Lynx and into 8th position. Only 7/10 behind him. As I say, 3 laps to go. What a race this has been. It's been going off all over the place. So hard to keep up with everything. I'm so sorry that we've had our connection problems, and I'm so sorry that if we've missed anything of big events in this race. And Piero's gone. Piero has DNF'd and left. Where is he? He is in the pits. So he has pulled in and he has called it a day. That's a shame. He's not a million miles behind us. 10 seconds to Van Gogh, I suppose. But he's DNF'd, so he's pulled in. Called it a day. Mortal Viking still trying to struggle his way on. This has not been his day. We spoke about him before the race, showing unbelievable pace earlier on in the season, but he's had a couple of races now that haven't just gone his way, been involved in some early problems, and unfortunately not been able to rectify the problems off the back of it, even with some fresh air, but it's hard to get past all of these cars. Sprunky, of course, on those 2 laps of softs. I don't think the plan worked, if I'm being honest. He's 2 seconds still behind to 12th position. Van Gogh Verden is on 15 laps of hard, so he'll probably catch him within the next couple of laps, only 2 seconds behind, I would have thought. But it's not going to happen. He's going to leave himself outside of the points, I think.
Big Ben.
There is a yellow flag. I need to quickly cycle on board with there's a little train in Big Ben. Oh, someone's pulled to the side of the track. Who is that? That looks like the Mercedes. Oh, sorry, that was the previous dropout, I think, of another driver, was it? I'm a bit confused to where that...
It was, yes. I think the AI drove out of the pit and then just retired on the track. But
did it? Right, fine, that's alright.
Who was that? Big Ben just gave back some position that looks like damage for Big Ben. Does he have some damage? Yes, that looks like, I would say, orange. At least for Big Ben on the left side, he definitely needs to pit here. But also to mention, Kogutas is the only driver on track who doesn't have a penalty at the moment. Spain, one of the hardest tracks on the calendar, in, as I would say, where he would get a pan. And Kogutas, well done, you have no pan so far.
So, we are currently on board with Lynx, who is just eyeing up McConey on the starting straight. Gets a bit too close to him before he makes the move, but does make the move. He nearly squeezed McConey out, but he was clever to get himself on the inside of that turn, and they managed to split themselves up. So Lynx takes himself back into P6. What a race we have had so far here in Spain. Big Ben, we've got to mention, is our current championship leader, and he won't be at the end of this race if things stay the same. Warrior Huntsman, of course,
is go around the outside. Oh, a little bit wide.
Yeah, on board with Lynx at the moment. We're just having we're still watching that battle at the moment. So Warrior Huntsman on 77 points, just 10 points behind Big Ben, and as it stands, will push himself to the top of the championships, and yet more points on the board for the Alpha Tauri's constructors, who are absolutely flying, got their feet up at the moment. This track is one of those tracks that can be massively affected by your setup of your car. I think it makes a big difference on the tyre wear. A lot to do with the toe and the camber on the car. Oh, we have a spinner. McConey, that is not what he wanted to do. Was there contact between the two? I was looking down at the time, which is typical of me. He was not going to want to see that, though. 33 seconds, 33 laps even. We are coming to the end of the final lap, or we are on the final lap. Kieran going into Repsol turn 4, into the fast section, starting in turn number 5. We have Warrior Huntsman behind him, 7/10, and we'll keep on board with these lap 2, as Warrior Huntsman has 9 laps of softs. I don't think he's going to have the grip it's going to be needed on top of what Kieran has, but they both have penalties. Is that going to make a difference? Can you have a quick check for me? Who has the more out of Kieran? Warrior and Dat Roland is probably
Kieran
still in the
has 9 seconds. Huntsman is on 3 seconds at the moment.
So Warrior takes it.
Roland is on 3 seconds as well.
Warrior currently takes the spoils of this race. We're going to stay on board with Kieran, see whether luck can take him 6 seconds faster than Warrior Huntsman. If it does, I will. Oh no, actually, I won't say that I'll do anything, because that would be very silly and it'll probably happen, and I don't want to jinx him. So Kieran's, he's just finishing it off now. So Kierant on the last corner. There is yet another yellow flag. It looks like the Haas in turn number 5. We are finished the race. Warrior Huntsman goes top. Oh, he has won the Spanish Grand Prix. Second on the podium, Dat Roland. Third is Kierant. Cogataz with an open topsy-turvy race. He has put it into P4. Tomo Tip Top in 5 is confirmed with Lynx Aviator on his debut in the academy.
Drop down.
Ooh, he has. I was just about to give him loads of credit on his first day in the job,
P8.
and he is dropping like a stone.
Wow.
No, he's stayed on now. He's in P8. McConey and Reverend Melvin jump him into 6 and 7. Sprunky in number 9 with Assault King. Nicks the very, very last point there of the board with Murphy just missing out. Van Gogh Verden. Aye, well done him. Fast. Was that the one that was about 2 seconds, 3 seconds quicker than everyone else? 1:16, I think it was. Yeah, it was. And there we have it. That is race 7 in Spain. How on earth can you keep up with that? Wow.
It was a very, very interesting race. There was so much going on. Everyone on the track, so many penalties. This race was all down to penalties. As you can see, Warriors Huntsman, so impressive, taking the victory here. How many positions did he make up? Was it like 14?
Oh, Warrior was sort of like 16 by the time he got to the top. It was absolutely incredible. I think it goes to show that Driver of the Day is going to be a pretty easy pick for the pair of us.
Certainly.
I would think. I'm certainly not looking any further than Warrior. There's been some unbelievable drives today, but that is unbelievable, really. And to do it right until the very end when things were starting to heat up. Cogataz, massive shout out for going around there clean as a whistle. That is a track that is very hard to achieve that. Assault King on his 1:16.4, but there you have it. Warrior, Dat Roland, Kierant is a 1-2-3 on the podium with Cogataz, Tomo Tip Top, Reverend Melvin McConey, Lynx, Sprunky, Assault King, Murphy, Van Gogh Verden, Big Ben, Immortal, Viking in 14th, and I think he might have been the last one that even finished. No, he wasn't. Piero also did. Piero, after finishing second on the grid today, that is heartbreaking to see him going down in 15th. After all, he is born in one of the best years ever. So, we are now done. Thank you so much. Round 8. Do you know, I haven't checked. Where are we next week?
Wow, yeah, me neither. I was too excited for Spain, to be fair, but let's have a quick look here for the race history. What is next? The calendar, of course, not the history. It's going to be Brazil.
Brazil. So, join us next week. Thank you very much. Please join the stream. Please sign in, subscribe, all of the stuff that the kids do nowadays. Don't have a clue. But I want you to do everything. Click everything to do with CRL so you can keep on board with races as exciting as that one. Thank you very, very much for joining us today. Thank you, you beautiful little schlag. Stanschlag. Thank you so much, bro.
No, thank you very much for having me here. It was a very, very interesting race here today. And thank you everyone as well. In the comments, I do apologize again for all the confusion going on for today. It was a very, very weird and off day, but I hope we made it up again to all of you guys with the amazing battles on the field, on the track here. But also from my side, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you again next week in Brazil.
Right, thank you very much, everyone. We shall see you next week in Brazil. But from here, round 7 of the Corn Racing League CRA in the circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia. It has finished with the one and only... Who's just won? Warrior Huntsman.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I had a mind blank. I'll just get off the stream and quit while I'm behind. Right, night, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Night.
In 1 week's time, next Monday night. Be there or be in a lot of trouble. Take care.
Take care, guys.